Hey everybody, my name is JP Leonard.
I'm Tyler Arceneaux.
And we are back for season 2.
I didn't even know we were doing seasons right now.
I saw it on a TV once and I was like, I don't know.
You saw it on a TV?
Yeah, really we should be on season 3, but let's call it season 2. Season 1 was a full year. We should have, but all right. So this is season 2.
And we're back with better lighting.
Oh, we got better lighting.
We look good.
We're updating some stuff. We got
lighting that makes us look skinnier, right?
Oh, okay. And this episode, we have the wonderful Dan St. Germain.
Hell yeah.
I thought we were gonna...
Such a fun guy. We were going to say at the same time, but then I bailed.
That's good. That's good. I don't want that. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. If you're on Spotify, thank you for watching and listening. And Apple Music. And we're dying down here.
That's it.
And we are back. Tyler,
back from the intro.
Happy New Year, Tyler.
Happy New Year indeed. Today is January 6th, the day of our Lord.
Lord help us. Yes, that's right.
It's too cold to have another insurrection today, they said.
Yeah, that's what's stopping them. Yeah. Happy New Year. We made it. How you been?
Man, it's been a while since we talked, right?
I mean, camera,
we talk every day.
Yeah.
I will. Man, we haven't talked about Altercation Fest yet.
Oh, no, we got so much we haven't talked about.
Man.
But
I was in Austin for 3 days and then Houston for 2 days way back in November, and had an amazing time. I did a spot at the Creek one night. I did my Altercation set, which was not only was it fun and a blast, but I had a good set a couple years ago when I was there, but I had a complete banger of a set. Nice. I had multiple comedians coming up to me telling me specifics about jokes that they liked of mine. I had a bunch of them make posts about me online, which is great. I say a bunch. One person did that.
One person. And that guy's name was Tyler Arceneaux.
Hey.
Shout out JT Habersack, Altercation.
For sure.
Yeah, and Rebecca and them at the Creek.
Got to see our friends Ryan Rogers. I didn't see Siamese, but she was out there. So Louisiana really represented this year in Austin.
Hell yeah.
I did a Friday show after in this little arcade. Or it's a big arcade, but they have a little room in the back of the arcade with a bar, and they did a show. We had a...
Is that right off like the interstate or like an overpass or right off the highway or something?
It sounds about right. It was called Pinballs.
I think we did, the first year I did Altercation, maybe second year, we had like a day party over there, which was really cool.
Yeah, this was cool. There was 5 audience members that
Shout
paid.
Out.
Yeah,
so let's name them. All right.
5 audience members, and 2 of them were walked during the first comic.
Let's name
this
that person.
Was not the comic's fault, though.
Okay.
These people were interrupting the show. They were being loud. The comic just he did his best to get through it, but there's only 5 people there. Like, he had to address them, and it was insane. It was a fever dream, but those people were asked to leave. By the time I got on stage, there was only 3 people, and but they loved me. I did the damn thing. I gave them 10 to 15 minutes of thunder.
I mean,
after that, I went to Houston and had some 5 to 6 shows over the course of Saturday and Sunday. And Houston's great, man. I can't say enough good things. Shout out to Josh Jordan for letting me stay out there. Our buddies Patrick Eady for putting me on some shows, and love the Secret Group. Had a great time.
Nice.
Did a new show out there with Timely Rain. Don't know if you know her. She has a great Sunday night show at the Secret Group. It had a ton of people there. It was a lot of fun. I just remember being real tired and driving home at like midnight that night. So yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Right shortly thereafter, the beginning of December, right, we made our way to Sports Drink, which was my first time there.
Yeah,
you're going to talk about your other time at Sports Drink before that. But I love that place.
That shout out Andrew and Sports
Stevens,
Drink.
yeah, what a great
Man,
great
that place filled a void because you had if those of you don't know about New Orleans scene, you had a few things. One, you had Vincent Zambon ran a show at Dragon's Den, which went from one night to 2 nights, which was great. That got shot down because of venue closing. Then the Hi-Ho closed. And then some other place closed, and
pretty much all the places that we perform at.
2 out of 3.
There are some other things going on in New Orleans. I don't want to act like there's not. There are good producers and good comics out there making stuff happen, but the ones that we like to do with the people we like to do comedy with, or just that they were dying.
Zambon had like the most longest running staple showcase show, and then Hi-Ho was home to Stone versus Drunk. Isaac ran. Then also their Mike and wait, what? So
Hi-Ho has a venue shut down.
It changed ownership and they went a different way.
We're done with comedy.
All the comedy's gone. So Sports Drink came in, and they pulled up the slack, and it's been great. Just a damn wonderful place. So love that place.
Yeah, Sports Drink was great. We had great sets. Got some videos. I'm gonna release some clips from that if I ever get around to video editing again. Then shortly thereafter, we made our way out to Lake Charles for Stone Drunk Sober, and your boy won finally won his 15th championship. Not you. Not you.
No, I won later when we got to eat Chinese.
We all won that.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
man.
well,
We had some good Chinese food that night, too, bro.
That's all I care
about. I was
about.
thinking about that yesterday, actually.
Yeah, I bet I was, too. Every day.
I've been on a no-carb diet for like 2 weeks, and I think about Chinese food every day, at least for a second.
It was an amazing night. 1, the show was great. 2, Chinese food was stupid. Awesome. And 3, we lost Ken.
Dude, that was so fun.
And we found Ken Edwards.
I forgot we went to the casino.
Playing blackjack. We searched for him forever. He was the Where Waldo. He was blending in the furniture. When we found him, I've only played blackjack once, and I'm very intimidated by it because I just don't want to be that dude that doesn't know.
Right.
And I was watching him play, and he was having such a good time, and the other people. And we sat down, and then you joined in, and we were there like 2 hours.
Now we know what we're doing next time.
Yeah, we're blackjack people.
Yeah, and I ain't scared to ask the dealer for help either. Like, you tell me what to do, dog.
Yeah.
How do you want to take my money today?
That was a stupid fun night.
Yeah. Lake Charles is great. I can't wait to go back.
And I'll talk about what happened to me the next day.
Actually, I think it was the very next day or 2 days later, whatever the Sunday was, that I was on the Finally Bad News podcast with Zach Reiner and Preston Tompkins, and you've been on that. I highly encourage everyone to go subscribe to their podcast and check them out because me and JP lit it up. I ain't gonna lie. I had some bangers.
I had the most jokes written for my group, and I was like, all right, I got 3 more. Here we go. Yeah,
it's essentially you just write what do they call that?
Headline jokes. Yeah. Short form.
Update, like, weekend update type of monologue jokes.
I think they had to change the name. They used to call it like...
They used to call it Weekend Update.
Yeah.
Which is, if you're familiar with SNL, it's kind of a thing already. So check out Finally Some Bad News. I had some killer jokes that I actually took to my open mic a couple nights later.
Nice.
I was like, I want to say these one more time in front of an audience, and everybody loved them. So go check that out. I went back to Lake Charles that very next weekend.
Apologies.
For a Lake Charles comedian recording. Right?
Oh, yeah. We didn't even get to talk about that in person.
They love me so much that they asked me to host. Even though it's all Lake Charles comedians aside me. They trusted me, they could count on me to make sure to set the tone. And we did the Little Room at Library Riot.
Which I have not seen yet.
That's the only show that's been in there so far.
Nice.
Dude, that room is poppin'.
Good.
I think moving forward, it should, and I don't know that this is the truth, but I suggested to Jacob that they take an assessment of ticket sales and decide where to do the show based on that, day of or something, because that room is awesome. It's separate from the bar, which, as much as I love Library Riot, the bar is loud.
Yeah.
A lot of times people sit at the bar and talk.
What did they have going on in the main room?
Nothing.
Okay. So my fear is they're going to put the show in the small room and they're going to have people in the main room.
That will not work.
Okay.
Yeah, because the sounds, it's impossible.
Yeah.
So I think that they
That's like doing a show in the the foyer here.
While there's a funk band playing.
Joe DeRosa.
But no, that was great. Every single comedian delivered. Chase Bonin, Keys, Jay Moody, and Jacob had killer 15 to 25 minute sets. They're all going to get great tapes out of that.
Awesome.
I saw the video. I didn't hear the audio yet, but I think it's going to be good. The video looks really tight. I'm excited about that.
I hope someone pressed the record.
Oh, God. I haven't gotten it yet, so maybe. And then, actually, 2 days later, I went back to Lake Charles for the third time in that month to open up for Lane Loyan at OB's. And, man, Lane is so fun.
Yeah.
Right? We got to see him do some sets here and stuff.
He took the whole set from here and
just put
it on. Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah,
so,
I watched it again. It was incredible. But that was fun. It was great to see Lane, and I'm super excited he asked me to open for him. It means a lot to me when people that, especially people like Lane, when we first started, Lane was like the guy around here at least. Like
it was him and Mac McMillan. That was it. That was the only people that did comedy.
Lane had been doing comedy for like 2 years already when we started, and he just had a leg up on us, and he really helped us kind of the do's and don'ts of producing a lot of those early shows too. He helped us shape everything up. So shout out to Lane Loyan. Make sure you check him out. Oh, man. Then Sean Patton.
Sean Patton.
Bro.
2 nights.
Weekend.
Lafayette Comedy brought Sean Patton 2 nights. I actually got him 3 nights. He got him the night after Christmas with Gina Gomez in Bay St. Louis. And then we did here. Yep. And then we both did Baton Rouge at Rally Cap.
Incredible shows.
First national headliner we did over Rally Cap. The sky erupted. That was we had tornado watch. Sean Patton.
Oh,
it
was
amazing.
A nightmare scenario as far as weather goes, but everyone was in there to watch comedy.
That was beautiful.
And boy, did they have a good time. Shout out to all the openers involved there. I love Sean. I love seeing Sean. His show season 2 is going to be coming out. I think it's September of English Teacher. I saw him post that, so y'all make sure to follow Sean and check out English Teacher on Hulu and Netflix.
And speaking of, we got a couple
Hulu.
two videos I put like on the Lafayette Comedy YouTube page and all our social media of Sean. Like I introduced him, the crowd stopped clapping before he got the thing. Made me that was the highlight of my night.
That was hilarious.
And then the Cajun name. So
he called you Jaundice Pascal, Leonard, JP Leonard.
Jesus, man. There's no better gift in this world than a Sean Patton.
Yeah.
So
the last thing on my list of catch up was what just happened this past weekend. 51st Jokes.
Oh yeah.
This last Friday. 45?
43.
Okay, 40-ish comedians doing 1 to 2 minutes of comedy.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, not to suggest that I don't get nervous for shows, but I've learned to quell those nerves for the most part. But this one was weird because last year, 51st Jokes, I bombed. Mm-hmm. I literally did like 1.5 minutes with no laughter that I could remember. I immediately deleted my audio recording, and I refused to ever download the video you sent me. I just I never wanted to see that set again. And up to that point, it had been years, and it has not happened since, where I walked off stage with no laughs. So, hey, even amazing comedians like myself. No, but yeah, it happens to everyone. Yeah. But I wanted to come back swinging for the fences, and I knew I had at least 1 or 2 jokes that were going to get hit, and some of the stuff fell a little flat, but the jokes that I knew were good were good. So.
If you're doing it right, you're going out there, and it's a risk because it's stuff that you're supposed to write since the first. It happened on the third.
You have no idea whether it's good or not.
Yeah.
You have no idea whether it's good or not.
No,
I was
fun.
Lucky enough to have at least told a couple different people a couple of the jokes. Actually, one of them was you.
Yeah.
You and me were in a pool one day.
Josh Watts was there.
It was a
we
pool.
had our clothes on.
Yeah, it wasn't a little pool.
Yeah, it was a big pool.
It was a big pool.
Olympic size pool.
But we were, I had pitched the joke to you.
I forgot about that joke because when you did it, I was like, where's this joke been? But I didn't know you were saving it.
I pitched it to you as, hey, this is a joke I want to do as Macho Man. And you were no, that's a joke you should do as you. And I was like, oh, that's okay. So I'm happy with that one. But 51st Jokes was great.
Yeah.
A lot of people did great.
Great crowd. Free show.
Mostly great comics.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly.
And a couple of them.
There's a few turds in the punch bowl.
Yeah, but out of 40?
No, yeah.
What a high hit rate.
And I said at the top again, I was like, this could be the worst show you ever see. But
but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
And
great.
I mean, this place, how many people do you think came in?
I don't know.
40, 50? I mean,
at least.
Yeah, there was a lot of people here besides the comics. So
I will say this. There were comics that I've never seen perform before.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I've never met, and there was like 3 of them that impressed the hell out of me so much that I'm like, you're going to be coming in.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was talking to one. I was like, how much time you got? And he was honest. He's like, man, he goes, a good solid 7. I'm
Name
like,
him.
that's all I need to know.
Garrett Nelson.
No,
Garrett's great.
Garrett's could be doing 2 Stone versus Drunks.
What?
He's doing the Pineville and the Shreveport,
we'll see him there.
Yeah. Well,
that was it for me, man. What you got?
Man, I had a crazy couple months. So November we brought in Anthony DeVito. We did 2 nights. We did Baton Rouge, the Manship, New Orleans, and here. A world of difference from like Baton Rouge, we maybe 20, 25 people. New Orleans, we had less than 10.
Wow.
It was moved to the small room. They had a crazy thing in the big room. No host. It was just me. It was me and DeVito, and then
that was at Wolf.
Yeah, and we did it in the small room, and then James, I forget his name.
Gandolfini?
No, not him. The Australian dude. He does Kill Tony and the Mothership.
Russell
a lot.
Crowe?
Yeah, Russell Crowe.
Oh,
James Gwen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
I'll
sounds
forget it.
familiar.
It's been so long. So he jumped on the show. So we had a 3-man show, but the next night here was freaking magical.
Really?
Like, we had a bunch of people, and they were into it, and it was like the saving grace of those 3 nights.
dude, great. That kind of reminds me of whenever we did that run with
Veter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
kind of
but I mean,
similar. Like New Orleans.
I
was
wish we
mad.
had the Baton Rouge.
Baton
Veter,
Rouge
yeah.
was a little bit better, but you're saying Baton Rouge wasn't. You did the Manship again there.
Yeah. It was just and it's just been a weird thing. November, end of November, right before Thanksgiving and everything, and then Sunday we left and we went to New Orleans. We went to Austin. Me and DeVito.
And we just missed each other. I feel like
we did.
You were coming to Austin.
I was trying
and
to get
going
you,
to Houston. Yeah.
So I was going there anyway. I told DeVito, look, I'm going to see Canaan. I'm going to spend a couple of days over there.
How
Canaan,
was that?
I'll get to the
Okay,
God.
sorry. Sorry.
So Canaan was headlining the Mothership. Well, then Norman adds, and so I am getting DeVito. He was trying to get a spot at the Creek. Something fell through, so I got him at the Velve. So they're all excited. The guy who runs the show over there loves DeVito. He's like, oh, great.
They probably don't get a lot of big names like that either. That's mostly locals. That work there. Not that they don't, but
so
that's nice.
Then I find out Norman added a 5 p.m. show at the Mothership. So, okay, so here we go. We get over there, we check in. I go eat up my favorite restaurant in the world. Shout out to ATX Cochina, which now the bartender, shout out Sabrina, knows me by name and knows my order by name. I've got a problem. Anyway.
I tried to go there, but they don't open until 4.
Yeah, I know.
I wanted to go there for lunch one day, and I just couldn't. So.
Well, we're getting married. So anyway. So get over there, eat. Then boom, go Mothership. Get over there. All right, get a guest list. All right, put the bracelet on. Walk me up to the green room. Walk in there. It's Norman. It's Youngblood. A couple other comedians or whatever. So we hang out. Drinking Buffalo Trace. Great. Watch Norman do his set. Fun. After that, jump over to the Velve with DeVito. Go do a set. They put me featuring, but I was like, I need to go watch Canaan. So I was like, I'll go first. So host and me. I finish. I'm like, deuces. Canaan's like, where you at? I get over there to Canaan.
The man texted you?
Yes, he
well,
texted
you gotta
me.
be there.
I gotta be there.
Yeah.
Go over there, watch his openers, which is so good, and then watch pure fucking magic.
Wow.
I know this could be on video. I've said, who's my number 1 comedian?
Kyle Kinane.
No, before that.
Rory Scovel.
No.
David Tell.
David Tell.
Those are your top 3. I got them all.
That's it. Yeah. David Tell was my number 1. I'm sorry.
Kyle's up
Kyle
there now?
Kinane
Oh, my
is
God.
One, if you didn't watch Dirt Nap, his last special, which is beautiful.
It's a whole new hour from that?
Whole new hour.
That's a quick turnaround, right?
And so I watched when he after he finished, I walked back in the green room. He has to go up the thing. He walks in the green room and looks at me, and I went, "You brought back the crab joke." He goes, "It's been a long time." From 2016, he has this bit about crabs and spiders. It is
What,
magical.
did it never come on a special or
Never
something?
did.
Oh.
He goes, I just been letting it sit. Never was done with it. And I was like, that's inspiration because I've had so much stuff shelved.
Man, that's so cool.
That bit he did then at JP's 2016 was phenomenal. Now it's
That's so cool because it's like that's what, when you're a professional comedian and writing jokes is your job, that's the kind of stuff that you can do. We're working 8 hours a day for other people, these guys are working for themselves.
Yeah, that's being a.
They're so lucky.
Time,
they just get to care about comedy only.
But I watched Canaan, just mind blowing. I'm going to see him in February. He's doing Houston. So then we're hanging out a little bit, and all right, I thought we were gonna walk out. He was gonna leave. And he's like, "No." So one of the security guard goes, "Look, y'all go sit in Mitzi's." So we just sat, me, him, and the host and his feature, and we sat in there for like another hour and a half.
Chilling.
So then I'm getting texts from DeVito and Norman and Youngblood. So I go meet up with them. I run to the creek. I'm like, "Hey, where's all that?" They left. So I'm texting. They were across the street. So we go across the street. Then we drink at that bar. I forget what it's called. It's outdoor, right across from that.
About, yeah.
The cheapest drinks I've ever had in my life.
Nice.
Like Lou's Caboose sub prices.
All right.
And amazing. And then we went somewhere after. We won't talk about that. And then Monday night.
Why not?
Anyway, those innocent people involved.
What a mystery. I don't know the answer.
Anyway.
All right.
Anyway. Drank a lot of Tito's that night. And then Monday, and I ended up having to leave. I had a show. I was doing Litty Titty Tuesdays at the creek.
Yeah.
And I had to leave that day. My wife got sick.
Little Titty Tuesday, you used to call it. That was so funny.
So, but I ate at ATX Cochina 2 days in a row.
Oh, my God.
On Monday, I walked 1.1 miles to go eat there.
Hey, I'm going to give you a rec for next time you're there. Hopefully we're there together and I could take you there.
Okay.
When I was in Austin, Mike Eaton had me on his podcast called I Could Eat.
Mm-hmm.
Check that out. My episode's up, and
Nice.
It's essentially we just sit there, talk about food, then we went eat food.
Yeah.
And then we talked about the food that we ate. And we went to this place called C&M Smokehouse, and it was great barbecue.
Is that next to the Music Factory?
Hey, that's CNC Music.
All right,
Factory.
you don't have to.
But he said, everybody talks about Terry Black's, and Terry Black's is fine.
Yeah.
But C&M Smokehouse, he said, very underrated. It's possible that they got a Michelin. Maybe I'm making that up, but whatever it is, he took me there. I had this brisket crunch wrap, like Taco Bell style crunch wrap. The things you can do with food are incredible.
Damn.
So we're gonna. I'll take you there one day.
All right. Yeah. Now I'm hungry for it. Anyway, so I come back, and then on Wednesday I had to go on. It was like the 27th, wherever. It was the day before Thanksgiving, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I had to go sports drink. I got Norman hooked up over there for 2 unannounced shows and only went out to his mailing list. Supposed to be on a Sunday.
Easy sellout.
But they ended up he had to change it to a Wednesday. So go over there. Both shows sold out.
Easy.
Full. The first show was one of the hottest sets I've ever had. I finally posted a clip. You know me, I don't post clips in my stand-up. Yeah. That one, that dog circumcision, was from that.
Oh, that's
it was
great.
so
great
good.
Clip. Very funny.
May was on the show. His wife, she's pregnant. She's due soon.
Nice.
She did great. Marcus hosted. Tim Smith was on it. Like, we had a great time. Great show. And then did both those shows. Ended up spending the night. Came back Thanksgiving Day. All my family was gone. I was by myself. Then we talked about, we went back on December 6th. We co-headlined that. Yep. We did Gator Fight on December 7th, which was great. We talked with Snover's Drunk. So we did the night after our Chinese buffet. I mean, not buffet, but our Chinese casino. I woke up the Saturday morning because I was headlining in Shreveport at the theater, East Bank Theater. Drew Gotros come with me. I woke up sick.
You were sick, I remember.
By the time Drew got to my house, dude, I couldn't function. Drew forgot.
I don't know how you did that.
Drew forgot that we're spending the night. I was like, "Where's your clothes? What are you talking about?" We're driving back.
I got work tomorrow.
He's like, "I got work at 8 a.m." I'm like, "Bruh, we're going to a show in Shreveport." So we started driving separate. I was like, called him. I was like, no. I was like, 1, I don't want you driving back by yourself. And 2, I don't know if I'll be able to make it.
Yeah, so it actually worked out probably.
So, yeah, it was perfect. So we rode over there. Shout out to Drew and Honda Pilot, because a Honda Pilot can go almost 5 miles when the gas gauge says 0.
Yo, that's what y'all learned?
Not intentionally, but Drew just forgot to pay attention to the gas. I was like, hey, man, we should probably get gas in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
Between Lake Charles, Alexandria.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, so that was fun. We had a good time on that. I was so sick. Shout out to
Mucinex.
No.
I thought that's the direction you were taking.
Shout out to that. Shout out to Buffalo Trace, because our buddy Chris bought me a
Chris
bottle.
Luker?
Yes, bought me a bottle of Buffalo Trace. Put it in the refrigerator.
Is that on your rider?
No, he just asked what you want. I was like,
awesome.
Drew wants this. and I drank the coldest Buffalo Trace ever. It was amazing, and it was like cough syrup. It was so good. I did 32 minutes. I don't remember the set. I just remember I didn't finish jokes. I was so sick, passed out coming back.
I'm curious. How was the audience?
Way thinner than it's ever been.
Yeah, I sold that place out.
Well, I mean, come on, but it was. There was also something going on. It was just one of those perfect things and it's the holidays. So
yeah,
anyway,
for sure, no doubt.
Came back. Then we had Tim Smith. Then we did Stone Drunk. And then I was back at Sports Drink. So me and my wife, we did our anniversary over there. I'm like, I've got 2 shows to do, but we're gonna have an anniversary in New Orleans, spend the night and everything. So it ended up being one show, which was great. But I did a show with Tom Segura, who's one of my favorites. Laura Sanders was on the show. Mark was on the show. One other person I forget. I love Tom Segura. We bought shirts. We bought shirts for me and my kids. He's got one that says pervert. There's like a cat on it.
That's funny.
Anyway,
pervert.
So we had a great time. Came back, and then the last show we didn't talk about was Andy Huggins, which was just past weekend, which was, dude.
Bruh.
Stand and O. How many people get stand and O's here?
He got a stand and O.
Stand
That's great.
and O. Mostly
all them old people could stand up.
Well, they were fixing their hips. But yeah, it
took them 30 minutes to stand up, but they got there.
It's been a run of shows.
That's awesome.
And we talked for a long time. A lot of catching up. If you're still watching, thank you. Or if you fast forward. But now it's time to get to our guest. I think it's his 4th or 5th time he was back here in Lafayette. But our good friend, Dan St. Germain.
Roll it.
Well, today's guest, if you don't know, is Dan St. Germain. Tyler, you want your daughter to stay in this room, by the way?
She's got
is
her
your daughter here?
She's got headphones.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sorry.
She don't know what's going on.
Okay.
It's a family affair. Dan St. Germain, welcome, buddy.
Good to be here.
Thank you.
Hell
Thank you for that opening, that soft opening, hard opening.
I don't know what it was, somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Actually, at all parts of the rainbow, to be honest with you.
Oh, boy.
But now I'm drinking my my NA, baby. Getting ready for our program tonight.
A program, yeah.
Program?
You're the first person that I've toured with who's slammed non-alcoholic beer.
That may make me a normal alcoholic.
We drove from here to Mississippi, to Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and I think you crushed a 6-pack before the state line. So
This was non-alcoholic beer.
That's pretty funny.
non-alcoholic beer.
This was
yeah.
non-alcoholic, yeah.
Yeah, because you even had the line
If it
up
was
there.
regular alcohol, it would be way more than 6. So.
Yeah, no, you had the line. You were on stage because you drank more over there. You're like, I'm just doing this for the calories, you know. Yeah. So this is your 4th time back.
4th time back. I'm excited.
4th time, 2015 or 16. I can't remember.
It's really not me being invited back. It's me every 2 years been like, hey, you want to throw another one of these fucking things together?
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
Where was the
that's-
first
All
one? JP's?
JP's.
Hell yeah, the hookah lounge.
And then
That's good
JP's the
company.
hookah.
The
I remember
first
that
one,
first.
That's good company.
We don't have
you're
to go into
keeping.
that.
We could tell. I mean, now it's the statute of limitations have passed.
If your wife's okay with it, you can tell the story.
This is way before my wife.
Yeah, we know.
You could tell the story. You should tell the story. But
I wasn't there. I was
Oh,
home
you weren't there?
asleep
You
with
weren't there that night?
No, I mean after in the hotel front. You had a very nice lady who was into the fat hairy comedian.
How was she nice? She was sweet.
we
good looking.
we
she was
explored
fine.
each other religiously that night.
And then apparently you woke up to more happening.
Oh, I forgot
That
I told
night.
you about that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it was a little bit of what can I say, guys?
I don't know.
Wait. This story goes even deeper because no puns intended. But she was with her boyfriend.
Oh my goodness.
And then remember,
Well,
'cause
she was with a guy. She was out with a guy that night, and I remember her making the choice to go with me, and then escaping that guy by going into our opener's car,
'Cause-
and
yes.
and his girlfriend and be like, "Hey, hide me out until my boyfriend leaves, so I
Shout
can
out
hook up with Dan."
Isaac Cozell and Julie Mitchell.
Isaac's great.
They'll
No, it's
they'll
fine.
be
Yeah,
testament
it's
too.
good.
They were.
Yeah. And then because she said she liked her boyfriend because he was an attorney and he had money and he was good to her, but she really wanted to hang out with the comedian. And then we went to Whataburger, coincidentally, which caused you to shit today.
Yeah.
We went to Whataburger, and then he shows up, and so it's me, Dan, and the boyfriend.
And then I left you and the boyfriend
Wait, the girl wasn't even there anymore?
No, she was in the car with Julie
hiding out to try to hook up with me.
because the boyfriend followed. And then Dan's like, oh, I need a napkin. And the boyfriend's giving Dan's napkins. And he's like, I feel so bad about this.
Yeah.
Still gonna do it, though.
Yeah.
We don't know this guy.
Anyway, so that was your first time.
But since then she's happily married.
Yeah.
Found out.
Oh,
y'all
nice.
keep in touch. Nice.
I'm happily married. We all turned out on the other end. He killed himself though.
Okay.
He's floating somewhere down the bayou right now.
He's
After this fucking Yankee came in and danced on his grave. At the time I was living in L.A., but this was this was fucking 10 years ago now.
You're in
Yeah,
New
I think-
York now, right?
I think it was 15 or 16.
Yeah, it
and
was 9
then
years ago.
and then you came back again. I think the last 2 times were here.
Yes, the last 2 times. The first time I was engaged, and then last time I was married, and this time I'm still married. So I was able to somehow
We'll see what happens next time.
power through, man. I don't know, but I love this room.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
It's fun. It's a fun room, despite there being carpets on the floor, which is usually death for comedy. Yeah, man. You guys just have. I mean, so many comics have talked about this besides me, but you guys have so many fucking heart attack delicious food menu items. Like
Yeah.
I was right here. Like I
Struggle.
was like I was looking at crabs gratin,
Yeah.
which was
Oh, gratin.
which is just potato gratin with crab meat in it, which is like fucking delicious. And I'm like, I think I need to have that for dinner, but I know my wife's gonna be pissed, and I just turned our fucking my bathroom upstairs into Fallujah. But I've never been so glad to have my wife at home and to be single, because there's just no chance any other person's gonna see what happened.
Yeah, no.
know,
Unless you have a
besides the
bidet.
cleaning lady, and I'm gonna take care of her.
Oh, my God.
Oh man. So we did Baton Rouge last night. We're doing this tonight in Lake Charles tomorrow.
By the way, I clean up a lot. I'm not like one of these guys who just,
All right.
You're not going to go back to shit.
I'm not going to leave a Rorschach test
Right.
for,
on the sheets.
Yeah. I'm not that much of a scumbag.
The curtains.
I'm a pretty big scumbag, but not that much of a scumbag.
So we did Baton Rouge last night. Here tonight, Lake Charles tomorrow. Last time we did a brunch show on a Sunday in Baton Rouge one time.
What was that?
Yeah,
That was
that wasn't. I wasn't going to say that was fun. That wasn't that fun. The last time we went
was
to
Terrence
this,
and Omar.
last time we went to that video game place, that was awesome. How come we didn't do that again?
Oh, I know what he's talking. He's probably maybe North
It
Shore.
was like a wrestling video
Oh
game
yeah,
bar.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They closed down.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Hideaway.
Josh Watts.
Yeah, we did that.
I
yeah,
love Josh.
Yeah,
Yeah, Josh.
That was the
great.
first time you ate Raisin Canes. We ate Raisin Canes
That was
on the way
great
there.
too. Is
Yeah.
Josh around? Is he going to be around tonight?
No, he's not.
Yeah,
we
he's
don't
about
like him.
2.5 hours
No?
away.
No, I'm just kidding. We
No,
love
he's
him.
great.
No.
We just went on a run together, the three
I
of
was, I was
us.
like, isn't he
Yeah.
a fucking vet?
We just
Yeah.
did the gay
You
dads
pieces
tour.
of shit.
No,
you
he's
guys,
good.
you guys all hook up behind your wives' back. Sorry, I didn't mean to blow this.
Oh boy.
Can you edit stuff out of this podcast?
We don't need to.
Well, here's the thing that you're going to edit out. what JP was mentioning earlier.
Oh, this is
that
staying in.
didn't-
This is staying in.
I did not mention.
Let's hear it.
Was she basically like we hooked up, and then like I woke up and she was basically like trying to rape me again. She was getting on, and I was like, oh my god, we got to check that out.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Hey, me, cut that.
Yeah, he's the editor.
All right,
So you just released a new special, Dance Fatty
Dance. Doing all bits. Although I think I did
I
one
loved it.
joke from it last night.
Yeah, I recognize
Maybe.
one. Yeah,
well,
I don't know
there's
which
you may
one, but
recognize,
yeah.
but everything else is new.
But you recorded that.
At Old Man Hustle, which is always going out of business, and now it's still around in New
It
York.
seemed like a hot room that night.
Well, it is. Any room's hot when you fill it, brother. And
That's awesome.
shout out Sam Black for that. So, yeah.
Was that one or two shows you
I
recorded?
did 2 shows, but most of it we took from the first show.
Who you had do that?
It was Adrienne Iapolucci opening. She ever done a run for you?
Yeah, we had her here.
recently.
Probably a year ago. maybe?
She's great.
Yeah.
And then Scott Chaplin was hosting, who's great.
Yeah. Who filmed it for you?
Those 2 buffoons guys, Jason and Ryan.
Yeah. Nice.
Good guys.
And how's the special going?
All right.
All right. Yeah.
You know, it's almost at 100K.
Nice. And this is your.
But we're gonna be going to Mark Norman's page though in November. And a couple
Nice.
of
That's
so
great.
Hell
that'll
yeah.
probably help
Yeah.
a little bit.
I was messaging him last night about you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No bad things.
I just called you gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a little true.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. He shit himself.
Do you whenever you're rolling over to new material, did you like had that hour plus some in the chamber?
No,
or did you
a
come
lot
off
of this
that
chunk
hour
is new. Like this, all the stuff. There's some of the political stuff that was from the last hour, but all the stuff about marriage, all the stuff about my family, that's all new.
Oh, cool.
Here, so yeah. So, and I still got. I probably before I do another hour, I think I still got another like 10 minutes. Last night that made me realize it because I was like, this would be a lot easier with 10 more minutes attached to
you were a
it.
little over 40 last night. I think.
A little over 40, and like I was like, could use another 10 in here.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now too. Just been working on the same 40 for 11 years.
Well, you know, I was doing that. I went from like a half-hour special to this one. I didn't have any specials in between because I was writing on so many goddamn shows. And it does, you know, like my writing schedule's starting to pick up again. So like I'm not going to have as much time to do stand-up. So for me, it's just like a season on, a season off, stuff like that.
That must be tough. Is it tough to keep it? Just like, do you always feel tight?
I mean, you know, ideally you want to be doing it all the time, but that's just not how my life and career has worked out.
And we don't even have opportunities enough to like,
Yeah.
we can't go, you know, every now and then we can go to Houston and do a series of like a bunch of shows in a short period of time. But other than that, man, we got like one mic a week. So it feels hard to stay sharp all the time.
Yeah, even long extended sets.
Yeah.
You know, we got to kind of get out of here.
So rare. Like I started doing 30 minutes for the first time this year.
Really?
Yeah, and just started pushing
Yeah, it's
myself.
a whole different thing, you know. But it's I don't know. It was easier coming up from this than the last one. I will say.
Nice.
But maybe that's just because I was opening for Soder a lot, and like you only have to do like 20 minutes, you know, when you're opening for somebody, and so then I could get kind of creative and dance some things in and out. So I kind of would like to have work out a new cup, like at least 5 minutes this week. So
it should get easier too, right? I mean, you put your time in. That's
I think so. I think it gets a little easier.
Yeah.
You know, like I think everything gets a little bit easier. You know, you'd hope, right? I mean, you see, you know, either you're like, you know, Mulaney, who was like instantly funny, or like you see like, you know, Louis C.K.'s first Comedy Central half hour to like his last special, and it's a different comic.
Yeah,
so
100%.
you know,
How long before when you started to your first album?
my first album.
Yeah.
Man, I did that one like 8 years in.
Okay.
I did it that was around. I did my half-hour special 6.5 years in on Comedy Central, and then I did like about 6 months later, I had my first album come out, and then I had another album come out like 5 years after that, and then a special come out last year, and now you know working on another special.
Yeah, yeah.
And some of the albums there's repeat over the special stuff.
I sometimes watch people's specials and I'm like, they should have taken more time. I think that although there's a lot of like cool things about releasing an hour every year, a lot of them aren't cooked.
I think every 3 years is good.
Yeah, 3 years sounds great. Yeah, and then honestly, maybe
3
it's
years
just
is perfect.
Maybe it's just like when it's ready.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I think 3 years is perfect. I think 2 years is possible. I think a year is pushing it.
Yeah, I mean, because the quality just goes down, honestly. I mean, normally people's first hour, not normally, you know, maybe half the time their first
this
hours.
also isn't Edinburgh where we're forced to right now, or like we have the luxury of making it better than Edinburgh.
Yeah, like your first one was a half hour, so.
Yeah, and I also don't think any special now needs to be over 40, 45 minutes, you know.
It's a sweet spot.
You started in New York?
I did. I started in New York in 2006.
And then were you going up every night?
Yep. I was going up like, you know, I was talking to some kid who was like starting out when I came to this gig. I did a gig in with you in Baton Rouge last night, and we're in Lafayette, Louisiana tonight. But some kid was asking me, he's like, yeah, you know, I'm getting into it. I'm doing it like, you know, 3 times a week. And I was like, that's not enough, dude. Like,
but that's all. That's
more than we have.
This week, this week I'm doing it 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Normally, I was supposed to do it I was supposed to do another New York show earlier this week, but it got canceled at the Stand. So yeah, I mean, like for me, it's just going to a city with a lot of open mic access.
Yeah.
Because you just need to practice being on stage.
Yeah.
So That's why New York worked. Problem is, because it's New York, a lot of people see you bad first.
Yeah.
But that's why you got to get good.
You got to overcome that.
I mean, that's why we call it We're Dying Down here, because we're stuck. Yeah. That's it. We've got now 2 open mics here. If not, you got to drive an hour to Lake Charles, an hour to Baton Rouge, or further, and you just can't put in the reps.
We're some of the most traveled, and it's still even hard for us.
Well, yeah, because I'm just surprised that I've been doing comedy for as long as I have, and there has not been a great New Orleans scene.
No.
But when you think about how many good comics have come from New Orleans,
pre-COVID,
too,
it was rocking.
It's pretty.
Pre-COVID, it was like you could do multiple shows every night. It was the hottest it was, and then that kind of shut it down. And then a lot of people didn't pick up again, and it never recovered.
Well, it's just such a music and a food town, and not a comedy town too.
It's kind of missing a true club too, in my opinion.
Yeah,
has for a while.
Well, it's interesting just because there's so much live music.
Competing.
You would think that there would be more, but I don't know. Not every fucking town also has to have a shitload of stand up anyway.
Yeah.
The worst is like when a town has 2 clubs open for it, and there's not enough people for one club.
And
then the heads of the 2 clubs suck, so they ban comics from going to the other club. So you just get like 2 clubs with shitty comics.
San Antonio.
Yeah. Like
the drama of that.
Yeah.
So like these assholes, man, like who were putting these young kids through the beginning, where it's like, you can only work here, and it's like,
that shit sucks.
Dude, that happened to me in Greensboro.
Yeah.
Like they don't have any other options, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, we would get that. You played this daiquiri shop, you couldn't play the other daiquiri shop because you got to be
when you were playing music.
Yeah,
what did you play again?
Guitar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's all right.
You guys don't know this, but when I got picked up from the airport yesterday by JP, the first thing I said, "How you doing, man?" And he goes, "Oh, bro, I'm gonna fuck Revival." That was the first. I said, "What?"
Shout out my wife. Yeah,
he's got so much more.
Well, yeah, but after he goes, and I'm like, and he goes, "No, don't worry, it's my wife." I'm like, "That's worse." I don't want to hear about you fucking your wife. And also, what is a fuck revival? Is there like a tent? Is there snakes?
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Are people screaming Hannah Maguna?
Sounds like a Carmen concert.
People are on their knees. All right, hands in the air.
But I'm glad you're getting some, man, and you lost weight. You
yeah.
You're good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Let's talk about writing. Like, you've written for years. You've written for roast and TV shows.
Canceled shows across every network.
You name it.
What's your favorite show that got canceled?
My favorite show that I got canceled, or that my favorite? All of them. All of them were my fault. But the last one was, the last one I wrote for In Room, I wrote for this Bill Burr sketch show, Moral Compass, and that was just such a joy because it was just only a couple hours a week, and it was really good writers there, and shout out Adam Lowett and Tyler Falbo and a bunch of other people who made their way into the room. So that was really fun. But there's been things I've enjoyed about most rooms, and people I've enjoyed and people I haven't enjoyed. So it's a little bit of.
Let's name them. No.
One of them is PM. If you guys can do the acronym breakdown, but you won't get who that is. But yeah, so yeah, but it's. It's the other way to go. Like back in the day, that was the smart way to go, and now it seems like that may have not been as smart. Maybe I should have just invested all the energy into a podcast or some shit. But now I'm on yours.
Yeah, we have 86 congruent listeners.
Yeah, do you? Good.
Across all platforms.
Let's get to 84 after this.
Not in a row.
We're gonna lose two.
Yeah, we're gonna lose two.
Oh, we lost them all.
Man,
that was it.
Well, guys. All right.
Do you ever get to interact with like the actors in the show? I don't know how writing works.
It just depends on what. Some shows like, well, that one, no, really, because it was all, like once we were done, they kind of shot on their own. Mm-hmm. So like, which sucks because there's like a lot of guys I would have wanted to. Like we had one guy who was the star of that Late Night with the Devil that just came out, that horror movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
The star of that, yes. He was in one of our sketches. I really would have wanted to work with that guy, even though I can't remember his fucking name right now. Great movie, yeah. When you're on a sitcom, sometimes you run in jokes for people and mostly they'll listen to the head writers. So yeah, if you're doing like Not Safe with Nikki Glazer, sometimes you would work on a segment with Nikki, and then and you were the writer on the segment, and the head writer was with you, and then you would put something together. So a lot of fun stuff.
That's interesting.
A lot of fun stuff. Doesn't sound fun, but and then I would, then you end up writing scripts and shit on your own too.
Yeah. I know you go out with Soda a lot on the road.
I had, not as much. I'm opening for him at Town Hall in November, which I
Nice.
think this will be out by
That's
then.
a big deal.
Yeah. I know him and List are doing that. Is that part of the New York Comedy Festival? Okay. And then you went out with, what's her name from Broad City? I forgot her name.
I went out with Alana a couple times.
Alana.
I went out with Michelle Wolf a couple times. Yeah. And then I go out on my own, like here.
Who are some of your favorite comedians in New York to watch when you're going up?
When I was coming up?
Or no, or now, like who?
I'm just saying we have a new podcast, Burbs Bros, with Sean Donnelly, very funny guy. We just had
Yeah.
Mike Vecchione on, who I
hell
love.
Both killer. Yeah.
And I've been working a little bit with Rachel Feinstein this year. Just had a great Netflix special out. And
Oh, yeah.
We had her. She's great.
we did some sketches together, and but as far as watching people work, I'm lucky in that like a lot of the people I wrote with Nikki on the roast. I saw her new hour. It's awesome. I was opening for Soder for his new hour. It was awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to see him next weekend.
Yeah.
I just watched Colin Quinn's therapy hour. That was really fun.
Yeah.
So I try to keep abreast.
Who's like the unknown comedians that you really like right
Underrated.
now in New York?
I don't know the unknown ones.
Don't know?
No, I mean, because you probably know the unknown ones that I know.
Yeah.
As far as new guys or whatever, I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
You work at the Cellar? Where do you?
I did for
do sets?
5 or 6 years, and I haven't gotten a spot there in a couple months, so I'm out of the rotation right now. But hopefully I'm back in. That's kind of how it works. But I work other clubs too, so you kind of get in one rotation, you get out of the other, and
Understood. Yeah.
we
don't
unless
have
you're
that.
like a big time, laying pipe everywhere.
We have my open mic and JP's club.
You guys,
I can get you in the
should
rotation.
ban people from going to the other one, but still work your guys' rooms.
Yeah.
together.
And then and don't explain it.
You do Tyler's mic. You can't also do Mike because I ended it. All right. What's coming up for you? Anything besides the new podcast with Sean?
Me and Dan Soder are developing a new cartoon.
Yeah.
We're trying to sell that. Stone Cold Wall, the last one where I was here. Peacock killed it.
Oh.
But hopefully, this one will make it out of the gate. I'm writing a movie with the guy who wrote, the movie Neighbors with Seth Rogen and
Yes.
Yeah.
Zach Efron. He wrote also
British
Mike and Dave Meet Wedding Dates.
Okay,
Dates.
yeah.
This guy Andrew. We're writing a movie together. And that's been a lot of fun and really rewarding in a weird way too. I got the new podcast with Sean. I got another feature I just wrote that Scotty Landis supervised. He was the writer of that movie Ma, and he's written a ton of shit. And then I got a new, my new 40 that I'm working 45. So I'll probably. And I'm starting to work at another place, top secret. I can't say where, but that's
You got
kind of
stuff in the chain.
It's
got
Tyler's
stuff.
open mic.
It's Tyler's open mic.
He's the door guy, by the way. Will not be performing. There's no room
I'm
on the
check
show.
spot at the.
Yeah. He just checks the spots. All right.
I just check a spot.
Yep, those are the spots.
Yep. That ain't coming out. All right. I made that one in my hotel room.
No,
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't think I was shitting, but I was. That was the story. That's what the episode should be.
That's it. Yeah.
I didn't think I was shitting, but I was.
Yeah. All right, but where can everyone find you? We'll wrap this puppy
You can
up.
find me on OnlyFans. No, you can find me on Instagram. I'm on there a lot. I just deactivated my fucking Twitter threads and TikTok because I really wasn't using them. So follow me on Instagram. I also have a website, but Instagram's the big one to follow me on. So yeah, follow me on there, and you can get kind of. There are links to my, and I have a YouTube channel. So join the YouTube channel or follow my Instagram and follow my podcast, Burbs Bros.
Cool.
Thank
All
you,
right,
buddy.
bud.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Easy peasy.
And we are back.
We're back.
Dan
Dan St. Germain.
Dan St. Germain.
What a fun fella.
He's
A wild animal.
a jolly beast.
He was sober, kind of.
It's kinda. Kinda.
Sober from alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we got super high.
Y'all did, yeah.
Yeah, it
And
was
he
fun.
had a good time. Love Dan. Shout out to him. He has I don't know if we did a rec on him, but his last special, Dance Fatty Dance.
Yeah, I think I may have.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
really good. So watch that.
It is really good.
Is that now? Actually, it's on Mark Norman's YouTube channel.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, so you can watch that. Oh, we haven't done it for a while.
That I know what that sound is.
It's the Hack Watch Bird.
Why don't you kick us off?
All right. Let me David Letterman my you're the Paul Schaefer. Stop wasting people's time. All right, your turn.
Is that it?
That's it.
No clarification needed.
Do you need me to?
No.
I mean, just like if you're on a show, no matter what kind of show it is, from an open mic to a showcase to better not be opening, featuring for, a national comedian.
Right.
Whatever. Even stuff outside of off the stage, still comedy related. Stop wasting people's time. Like just respect the stage. How many times we talk about this? Respect the stage, respect the crowd, respect the people's time, respect the host, respect the producer.
Yeah, there's a difference between like taking a swing and missing.
Yeah.
And then like knowing that you're going to miss before you ever take the swing with whatever you're trying. Like,
and I'm going to put this out for producers, people who are running shows. Stop wasting the comedian's time. Stop wasting the audience's time. Stop wasting the venue's time. Like if you want to keep shit going, just go deliver. Bring the best you can. My anxiety comes from, one, making sure that people are here for this show, everything's set up and working. But two, my anxiety is making sure that the people I book make sure the audience have a good time.
Yeah.
And when you don't do that,
I know.
So yeah, just stop wasting people's time.
And we're going into a new year now. What a great way to set up the new year is to just commit to not wasting time.
Yep.
Get out there and get your shit done.
All right, what you got?
My hack watch, not so much hacky, but more of just a little bit of advice for some people who may be hacky out there. And since it's a new year, I want to talk about setting comedy goals. I recently checked back. I go as far as to literally write down my goals, and some of them are more specific than others. Some of them are a little ambiguous, but I recently went back and I think I hit about 50% of my goals. And then, of course, I set goals in a different way. I've been doing comedy a long time. My goals are going to be different than somebody who's been doing comedy for like a year or even less, right? So set goals based on the level you are at. If you've been doing comedy for a year or a couple years or less and you are getting booked every now and then, right? A reasonable goal might be get booked once a month. Mm-hmm. Figure out how to do that. Talk to the producers. Get your tape together. We've talked about all this stuff before. What a great way to kick off the new year than to commit to some sort of goal or setting plans in motion, right? And if you're a little bit more senior and you're already getting booked once a month, then get booked a little bit more. Start committing to your social media. At some point, you got to do that.
You got to.
We hate it. Honestly, it sucks. Dude.
That's my goal because I worried about all the everyone else's videos, getting
and
the
Lafayette
podcast.
comedy stuff.
Yeah, all that. That's my goal for this year. And
Yeah.
actually, this week I'm cutting up another one because I'm just kind of like waiting. But like I did my first one right before, in December sometime like that. I'm like, all right, here we go. And that one was. I was like, yeah, this is it. I got to do it. But
I love the work that you did on YouTube. Those videos are great.
Oh, I was going to talk
one
about
of them
that
has
later.
hundreds of views already. So I think you're really doing
because it's a very specific audience, which I'm going to talk about.
Doing the Lord's work there. But set goals based on where you're at in comedy, right? You want to set goals for how much you want to get booked. Set goals for how many new jokes you want to write. Do you want to write every day? Do you want to make sure you carve out time to write every week? Work on your act. Set goals to increase your social media following in certain ways, right? But you can only do that by posting. So you got to set goals. You got to commit to doing that.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
Get out of town.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Man,
travel. One of my goals is every year is I try to do 3 new states.
Yeah.
And I achieved it last year. Alabama for the first time.
Stone, drunk, sober.
Those states. That was good. That got me. Yeah, do comedy in different states of consciousness. Yeah. Very good. But yeah, so set goals based on where you're at in comedy. Not everybody's goals are going to be the same. I can't tell you what goals to set necessarily unless I know who you are. But I think it's a good practice. I only hit 50% of my goals. but just tracking that made me feel good to look back on it. Some goals, I knocked it out of the park. Some goals, I fell way flat, right? But that's all a part of the game. So in 2025, set some goals. Go get them.
Yeah. And that was Hackwatch.
Hackwatch. That was nice.
Yeah, that was. I think it was friendly. I think we're starting off a good.
All right. 2025, baby.
Now it's time for Rex.
Yeah.
I'll go first. Sure. My rec, I saw her, I think on Instagram or TikTok. No, it was TikTok first. I'm a TikTok daddy. Thank you. Emily Catalano.
Okay.
You've been all her videos mostly. She's got 2 braids. She's got big glasses. I like big glasses. And she's got a little knit hat beanie on. She's very dry, very slow delivery, but she is good. So good. She has a special called Unspecial. It's about 40 minutes. It is phenomenal.
On YouTube?
On YouTube.
Okay.
She's got a presence. She's been out there, but like whatever she's doing just made her pop.
From?
She looks like a Portland comic. I don't know, but I think it may be L.A. because she's got a lot of L.A. stuff.
Was she doing like don't tell stuff or stuff like you're not sure? Just came out of nowhere.
Just that I knew of her.
But
she started popping. It was all those TikTok videos. I'm like, man.
So you went and watched the special from watching TikTok? That's
Looked
awesome.
it up, and she is wonderful. The intro of it, too, is great. There's like some artwork stuff, like some animation. Great.
I love that.
Emily Catalano, Catalano, Unspecial. And I forget the date, but in the spring, she's going to be headlining a weekend at Sports Drink. So shout out Andrew.
Shit.
I told Andrew about it. He booked her.
When is that? Do you know?
I don't.
I might try to go open.
Yeah. I think I already told him, like, hey, man, I love her.
Oh, damn. All
right. So I may try to see if we can route her here or somewhere, too.
Oh,
but
yeah,
she is wonderful. Emily Catalano, Unspecial on YouTube. Check her out.
All right. My rec, very similar. A little unknown comedian by the name of Tony Jeselnik. Tony Jeselnik.
Never heard of her.
Anthony Jeselnik special.
Yeah.
I believe it came out in December or maybe early. Definitely December. It is early January. It came out in December. It is called Bones and All. It is on Netflix. And in an age where specials are not special anymore, Anthony Jeselnik is consistently delivering. He's so funny, dude.
So I saw that show live.
Wow,
in New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the night that Dave Hubble died because I was sitting in the parking lot. I remember that, and then I got the message that he had passed. Whatever, just whatever. C-minute, but the show Anthony's set was way short. Like couldn't have been no more than 40 minutes.
Wow.
And I was just like, but I knew the final product would be great, and it's
how long
great.
ago was that compared to? Like that was earlier last year?
Yeah, a good year or so. Yeah,
I mean, dude, it takes a while to iron out those jokes. But speaking of jokes, like this is, as always with Anthony Jeselnik, there is no shortage of jokes, man.
No.
I mean, he delivers one after another, and they are consistently smart, consistently dark, and they just get darker, right? I mean, that's his style. He is one of the best of all time.
I would say he's probably next to comedians I've brought here, like Norman and those people or whatever. Next to Louis C.K., I've seen Jeselnik probably the most times of every comedian I've
never
ever
seen him live. I'd like to.
Killer.
It's pretty insane that people. I don't often hear people talk about him as one of the GOATs because I think it's just because he's so young. He's like a living legend type of. But there's no way he doesn't walk away from all of this as one of the best of all time.
He's so good. He's one of the only podcasts. Well, now they kind of put it on hold, but he was the only podcast I religiously listened to, and which was great.
You follow all the beef that he has with?
It's beautiful.
Isn't that so funny?
It's
I love
so stupid.
That. Yeah, all the
I like the skanks are like we like him.
Yeah,
he's great. Yeah.
Just, he's got beef with like Rogan and all them too.
That's how
but that's
the
good
world
as clicks,
is.
baby.
Yeah, well,
I think so.
Maybe they.
It could be true, but it is also really good for clicks.
When he headlines the Mothership, it's gonna be amazing.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I gotta imagine that's coming.
Yeah.
Anthony Jeselnik, Bones and All on Netflix. Check it out. Give it a view.
Yep. All right. Now, and so if you're still watching, please. I know we're good. I don't remember how long the Dan interview is because I haven't edited it down yet. But I started a new series, and this is a very niche, very specific audience. I started a series on YouTube, and if you go to our Lafayette Comedy YouTube channel, you'll see a playlist, and it's tips and tricks for Facebook and Instagram advertising. It's for producers, comedians, club owners. You can apply this to music, whatever you're doing. If you're using Facebook ads, this applies to you. But I finally put a series together because I've been showing people forever and trying to do this, and like, all right, do this. But I go through the different types of Facebook ads, which transfers to Instagram. So like engagement or traffic and all that. I got one more to do, maybe two more for that. But it's geared at step-by-step on how to target your audience and everything. I'm doing a whole series. We're going to come in here and film and show you how to set up a room, producer stuff, sound, lights, to which gear to use. Like if you're a comedian, you want to film sets. Tyler just got a new camera.
I did.
So he's about to bust it up. All those things that we do, that we talk, that I have to repeat over and over to people.
Yeah, now
which
you could just be like, go to my YouTube.
I'm like, yeah. No, I love it because it allows me to talk, and I tell people, like, if you find something else that I'm not doing, put it in the comments. Let me know, because it's a community. It's all about strengthening. And the feedback from it has been great. And people, I had a dude yesterday, at the Andy Huggins show during the night, I'll see a message, and it's like Venmo. I'm like, what is this? He's like, man, I saw the series. Give me your Venmo. I want to send you money just for, like.
That's incredible. Was he a producer?
No, he's a comic. And
That's hilarious.
And he's got like almost 100,000 views. Like followers
on
his Instagram.
Wow.
And everything. He does like a sports podcast and all this stuff, but he was just like, I'll send you money for coffee. Like, thank you. And I was like, just tell me what you want, and I'll keep doing it. Yeah. So check that out.
Good work there. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, man. It's fun. Like I put myself in front of a camera by myself, which I swore I never do. And
it looks good. You've got a good camera.
Got a good camera,
it's these cameras right here.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Let's go some dates. So this is coming out probably January 12th. So this weekend, I'm wishing Tyler well. He's doing the roast battle. We have
going up against Don Scheck-Snyder. Ooh. The wheel deal.
The wheel deal. Holy squeal. He needs to oil his wheels. We had the official roast battle here, so stay tuned for the next one. See how that is. Here we go. We're doing a little run. On the 17th, me and Tyler, we're both opening. We're going to switch out who's featuring for a show in Tyler, Texas. Erica Rhodes, who is phenomenal. America's Got Talent. We're doing that. On the 18th, we're taking Stone versus Drunk versus Sober to Big Laugh Comedy in Fort Worth, Texas.
My first time in the Dallas-Fort Worth area doing comedy.
Dude, I cannot.
Have you ever done that?
I did Hyenas in Fort Worth.
Oh, cool. I'm excited. I cannot wait. I've been trying, not necessarily putting a lot of effort in, but I'm glad that we're going out there, because I've been trying to get out there.
We're doing that. So I'll be hosting it, and then I got Tyler doing the guest spot up top, and then we're using all Fort Worth comedians. The next night, January 19th, we're taking the same show to Dallas Comedy Club in Dallas, Texas, doing that. So that's going to be great. The lineup's stupid already. So
Stone Drunk Sober on the road, dude.
Bro, on the road.
So great.
January 24th, Between Two Poles returns to Michael's Men's Club. Ooh, ooh.
Dang, you got a lineup for
I got
that
a good
yet?
lineup, Bob. It's going to be good. 25th, we're back on the road for Stone versus Drunk versus Sober, taking that to Pineville, Louisiana, to Fighting Hand Brewery. Tickets are already running on that, so I'm excited. Someone left a comment and says, I'm calling the cops. And I was like, what? And then it was someone, January 31st, me and old Will Loden, I'm taking his You Look Like to Rally Cap in Baton Rouge. That's going to be fun. And then...
You have that booked?
Huh? Yes, that's been booked. It was a reschedule.
I can't do that anyway. I couldn't.
But then February 2nd, I'm going to be at the Improv in Houston because he's bringing You Look Like there for the first time.
I am jealous.
I'm not competing, but I'm doing a guest spot, and
That's
we'll
one
see.
of the goals that I failed the last 2 years is performing at the Houston Improv. I hope that this pops off.
And then
maybe you can make a little connection and bring Stone Drunk Sober over there, because Houston is lacking Stone Drunk. There's no reason that town shouldn't have a Stone Drunk Sober.
They're gonna get it.
And who better to do it than J.P. Leonard?
Hey, and who better to come with me than
Don
Scheck-Snyder?
Oh,
After he beats Tyler. No, just
well, is that what the battle is
that's
for?
it. Yeah, whoever wins is come. No. Looking at February, just a quick glance. February 6th, Louis Katz returns, one of our favorites here. February 7th, we just announced it today. There's a place downtown called Sunday Soda Fountain. A little cool place, food, desserts, old school soda. I don't know what that means. And alcohol. We're doing a show over there. So that's going to be on February 7th. Tickets just dropped on that. And February 8th, Kevin Farley returns here to Club 337. I'm just going into February 14th, Valentine's Day. Stone versus Drunk back in Lake Charles. I will be at the casino. And then February 15th, we're going to see Sam Morril, New Orleans. That's just for us. We're going to be so happy. And Gary Veter.
You guys aren't going to see that unless you buy tickets. But
Yeah. And we won't be on the stage unless there's a fire and we
we're
have to
just
leave.
bragging, I guess, more than anything.
I'm just happy to see Sam Morril again.
And Gary.
And February 21st, Carmen Lynch. Oh, she's so good. She will be here, Club 337. February 22nd, we're back on the road, Stone versus Drunk, taking it pre-Mardi Gras to see Mobile, Alabama at the Alchemy Tavern.
Wow.
And it's going to be Stone versus Drunk versus Mardi Gras over there.
Wow, this is a reschedule, right? Or,
No, that's the first one.
Didn't we have one get canceled? We were trying to do one in
it was a
Mobile
while
before.
back. Yeah. And then February, I guess I'll say it, we haven't announced it yet, February 27th, everything goes right, Tokes and Jokes at a pre-Mardi Gras show at Chez Lafayette, a brand new place downtown next to the library. It's going to be an outdoor show. It's going to be beautiful in partnership with Downtown Entertainment. And then February 28th, Stone versus Drunk versus Sober versus Mardi Gras here at Club 337. Tyler's hosting. I'm going to be competing. Other than that, if you don't have tickets for Cam Patterson, the second show is almost sold out.
Yeah,
First show has been sold out.
By the time this comes out, you may not.
We still got almost 6 months. So,
dang, that's crazy, dude.
So that, and then we just announced in February 23rd, Jason J. Muse. You know him from Jay and Silent Bob from Clerks. Will be here at Club 337. Everything at LafayetteComedy.com, at Lafayette Comedy on all social media. We do Facebook, we do Instagram, and we do TikTok. We ain't doing X. And then I am
X gonna give it to you.
He ain't gonna give it nothing. X is gonna take over this country. And then
President Musk.
President Musk, Vice President, Sister Principal Musk. And then I am at the JP Leonard on the Instagram, the Facebook, and the TikToks.
Easy peasy. You went over almost all of my dates.
Oh.
The only thing that I don't mind dropping that you just didn't go this far out.
Yeah.
But our friends over in Lake Charles are doing their very first comedy festival called Lake Chuckle Fest, and it is announced. Tickets are on sale. I will be on, I believe, the Saturday shows, but go to lakecharlescomedy.com to find those tickets. Yeah. Almost everything else JP mentioned, I am a part of in some capacity. You can go find all my tickets and my dates at thetylera.com, The Tyler A, everywhere, YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube. That's what I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to start one of my new goals, and I'm not gonna give away too much because it's still kind of in the planning phases. But I really want some new YouTube series to kick off. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I'm constantly going to be releasing content as always. The Tyler A everywhere. That's it, man.
That's it. Thank y'all for being back. Episode 1 of season 2. I got to remember to change that when I put it in there. So that's it.
Yep. As always, stay classy. Because that was like just make up a sign off like on the
Eat fresh.
Stay classy. Don't die.
We're dying.